Thank you for joining this lesson. We're going to discuss mathematics paper 1. Remember to subscribe to this channel and to also share the link with your friends. So this is the paper that we're going to go through tonight. You are invited together with your friends. You can copy the link and share it with friends. Yeah, so allow me go to the questions directly now. When you can see the question is instructing us that without using a calculator, evaluate. Then we are given some actions there.
We are in Europe.
Yeah, today the network is really cooperating, and I believe it shall be so up to the end of the class. Without a calculator, evaluate. The first thing is 3 2/3 of 21, then plus 3 3/4 divided by 3 out of 8 minus 4 1/2 multiplied by 3 1/3. That is on the numerator. And I request us to, first of all, handle the numerator. Then we'll be going to the denominator. Yeah, we'll be going to the denominator. So let's begin with what we have on the numerator. So allow me convert all the mixed numbers into improper fractions. So 3 2/3 has to become 11/3. Yeah, that becomes 11 out of 3. 11/3. Sorry, I'm checking something with my writing system. Yeah, the paper is here. So we're starting with 11 out of 3 multiplied by 21. Then we add, when we have a 3 3/4, this can be converted to 15 out of 4. Then dividing by 3/8 can now change to a multiplication with the reciprocal, which is 8/3. These are basic rules in mathematics that we learned even in primary school. Then we have 4 1/2, which means this is 9 out of 2 multiplied by 3 1/3 becomes 10 out of 3. So now, because we've been told without a calculator, allow me now to simplify. Allow me to simplify all this. Allow me to simplify, whereby I'm going to factor out whatever is common. Like in the first case, we have by 3 1 by 3 7, so that will be 7 7, then plus by 4 1 by 4 2, and by 3 1 by 3 5. So 5 by 2 gives us 10, then minus by 2 1 by 2 5, by 3 1 by 3 3. So this is going to be 16. Therefore, we are having 77 plus 10 minus 15. 77 plus 10 is 87. Then minus 15, we get 72. 72. That is on the numerator. Let's look at the denominator now. On the denominator, we are having a 5 and 5/8, which can be converted to an improper fraction of 45/8. Then multiplied by 1 and 7/9, this becomes now 16/9. Then minus, we are having a 5/4. It's already an improper fraction. Of means multiplication by 4 and 4/5, which is 24/5. 24 out of 5, and then plus, we have 2 and 4 over 5, which is 14 over 5. Then divided by 7 over 10 means multiplication by the reciprocal, so 10 over 7. Now we can simplify out by 9 1, by 9 5, by 8 1, by 8 2. So this shall be 10 minus by 4 1, by 4 6, then by 5 1, by 5 1, so minus 6. Then this will be by 5 1, by 5 2, by 7 1, by 7 2. So this shall be plus 4. So 10 minus 6 plus 4. This becomes 10 minus 6, 4, plus 4, 8. So on the denominator, we're getting 8. On the numerator, we obtained a 72. So with this, now we can combine the numerator and the denominator. This way, we shall have 72 divided by 8, giving us exactly 9 as the final answer. So the final answer is 9. We are now at number 2. As we enter number 2, I would like to encourage students and parents, together with teachers, to recognize our online platform here. Yes. So we have some program here for the holidays, whereby when students are at home, also this time around they are going home for a whole 2 months. And so we encourage guardians and parents to facilitate their students for this program, whereby we're going to keep students busy throughout the holiday, whereby we will have Google Meet classes. The Google Meet classes will cut across all the forms. As you can see, the timetable, there is mathematics and physics for all the forms. Therefore, if a student is a Form 1, a Form 1 will be revising Form 1 work, and also a Form 1 will get an introduction to Form 2 work. A Form 2 will revise Form 1 work, Form 2 work, and get an introduction of Form 3 work. Then a Form 3 will revise Form 2 and Form 1 and be introduced to Form 4 work, together with revising Book 3 work. Then finally, 2025 candidates now will be revising all the lower forms work plus an introduction to Book 2 work. Please feel free to book a chance for your student, book a chance for your niece, for your siblings, for your sons and daughters through our number 0704 15 66. So this is the number that you should use to organize for such classes. Reach out at any time through WhatsApp. Number 2, 3 numbers are such that a power 2 multiplied by b power 1 multiplied by c power 4 equals to 720. Find the value of c power a. C power a. What we're going to do here is to factorize 720. Therefore, I'm going to factorize 720 and write it as a product of its prime factors. So when we begin with 720, we can factorize by 2, we get 360. By 2 again, we get 180. By 2, we get 90. By 2, we get 45. Then from there, now we can, from 45, we can talk of now 3, whereby we have 15. And by 3 again, we find ourselves at 5. I think 5 is the last prime factor. Now the prime factors are 2 power 4. This is 720 equals to 2 power 4 multiplied by 3 power 2 multiplied by 5 power 1. That is now the simplified format of 720. This is to mean that according to what the examiner has expressed, one of the prime factors has been squared, and that is 3. Therefore, A becomes 3 because among the prime factors, it is 3 which has been squared. Then another factor is raised to power 1, B, which is going to be 5. So B is going to be 5. Again, one of the factors, C, has been raised to be power 4, and that becomes 2. So now we can have that order and that classification of the prime factors into the letters now given there, the alphabetical orders there. Now we are finding the value of C power A. C power A means 2 raised to power 3, and this will give us exactly 8. So the answer is going to be 8. There is a number 3 here, profits, losses, and discounts. The marked price of a Samsung Galaxy A24 phone is 200,000 Kenya shillings. A retailer sells the phone to a customer at a discount of 15%, and in doing so, the retailer still makes a profit of 25%. Determine the profit the retailer would have made if no discount was allowed. Determine the profit the retailer would have made if no discount was allowed. So in the first place, we're supposed to know that from the marked price, the retailer doesn't sell it at marked price. The retailer sells it at a discount of 15%, which means the selling price is going to be, after giving a discount of 15%, discount is a percentage of the marked price. And so if 15% is given as a discount, then the selling price will be 85% of the marked price, which is 200,000. That means this retailer sold the phone at 170,000. 170,000. That was the selling price. Now, by doing this, the retailer didn't get a loss, still made a profit equivalent to 25%. Now, equivalent to 25% means that 125, which is the selling price together with the profit, is equivalent to 170,000, which means through this information, we can now determine the cost price of the phone 100%. How much had he bought the phone? So 170,000 multiplied by 100 divided by 125. This tells us that this retailer had bought the phone at 136,000 Kenya shillings. 136,000 Kenya shillings. This was now the cost price of the phone, maybe from the manufacturer or a wholesaler, but he acquired it at 136,000 Kenya shillings. Now, according to the cost price that we are having, and according to the marked price that the retailer had tagged on the mobile phone, this means that there was the initial expected profit. And that is why we are determining what the percentage profit the retailer would have made if no discount was allowed. So if no discount was allowed now, he bought it this price and he was to sell at 200. Therefore, we can look at the profit itself first. The profit is going to be selling price, the intended selling price, minus 136,000. And this is going to give us exactly 34,000. So 34,000 is the profit you would have made. Now, for us to get it as a percentage, now percentage profit, percentage profit is usually given by profit itself divided by buying price 136,000 expressed as a percentage by multiplying by 100. This would have been 47.06%. So this is the percentage profit the retailer would have made from the sale of the Samsung phone. Remember our consultation line is 0704153366. Please call or WhatsApp through that number. Number 4 now. A closed cylindrical container of base radius r centimeters and depth h centimeters and surface area of 6,160 square centimeters. Given that the value of r plus h equals to 60 centimeters, calculate to 1 decimal place the capacity of the container in liters, taking pi as 22 out of 7. What we're supposed to know is that because surface area has been given, then we can express surface area by saying that for a cylinder, surface area, now that it is closed, will be the two circular parts. So 2 multiplied by area of a circle pi r squared, then plus the curved surface, which is 2 pi r multiplied by h. That is the surface area of the curved part. So all this surface area now will be equivalent to 6160. Yeah, 6160. Therefore, we can say 2 multiplied by 22 over 7 multiplied by r squared, then plus 2 by 22 over 7 multiplied by r multiplied by h is supposed to give us 6160. Yeah, 6160. When you look at this, you discover that we can factorize actually. Yeah, we can factorize r. Okay, we can factorize what is common. And what will be common is 2 pi r. 2 pi r can be factorized. So 2 by 22 out of 7 by r can be factorized. So that in the brackets we remain with r at that point plus h. This is equivalent to 6160. Going back to the information, you discover that r plus h equals to 60 according to this statement. Therefore, we replace it now in our factorized expression, whereby we say that 2 by 22 over 7 by r plus h is 60 equals to 6160. So the value of r can be obtained as 16 and a third centimeters. Now with the value of r now, we can continue now to calculate to 1 decimal place the capacity of the container in liters. Capacity means we first of all get volume, and we all know that volume of a cylinder is given by the cross-section area, which is circular. So pi r squared multiplied by height. Pi r squared multiplied by height. Again, it means that height can now be gotten because we said r plus h equals to 60. Then h can be gotten as 43 and 2/3 centimeters. Now with h known and r known, we can say now 22 over 7 multiplied by r squared, so 16 and a third squared, multiplied by 43 and 2/3, and this is going to give us exactly 36,612.07 cubic centimeters. This is volume in cubic centimeters, which can be converted to capacity in liters according to the instructions. So this is converted to liters by dividing by 1,000, because 1 cubic centimeter equals to 1 liter equals to 1,000 cubic centimeters. And so this is going to be 3.61207 liters. We can check further information to 1 decimal place. So it shall be 3.6 exactly. Sorry, we are dividing by 1,000. So it's 36.12. 36.12 liters. So it will be 36.612. 36.612, which means now to 1 decimal place it will be 36.6 liters. Sorry for that inconvenience. 36.6 liters. So that is it. Now we go to number 5 here. Very good question. 4 machines give out signals at intervals of 24 seconds, 27 seconds, and 30 seconds, and 50 seconds, respectively. The 4 machines are expected to give out the next signal simultaneously at 3:20 p.m. Determine the most recent time this happened again. The most recent time this happened again. So we're supposed to know that for us to know the time, the shortest time they will take to ring together or to give signals together will be when we consider the LCM of all these time intervals. So the LCM of 24, 27, 30, and 50. The LCM of all this. Yeah, so we can start by the least prime factor 2, 12, 27, 15, 25. By 2 again, I'm having 6, 27, 15, 25. Then there is by 2, 3, 27, 15, 25. By 3, we'll have 1, 9, 5, and 25. By 3 again, 1, 3, 5, 25. By 3, we shall have 1, 1, 5, 25. By 5, we shall have 1, 1, 1, and 5. Then finally by 5, so that everything simplifies out now. So this is going to give us a 2 power 3 multiplied by 3 power 3 again, multiplied by 5 squared. And this is going to give us a LCM equivalent to 5400 seconds. 5400 seconds. So that's the time they take to ring together. This can be converted into hours. This can be converted into hours. Therefore, we need to say that 5400 can be divided by, when we divide by 60, we will get minutes. But because the minutes will be greater than an hour, we can divide by 3600 so that we get hours, and I'm getting 1.5 hours, which translates to 1 hour 30 minutes. So they had run together, or they had given signals together again 1 hour, 30 minutes before. So if expected time is this one, 3:20, we should subtract the time interval so that we may know when recent this had happened before. 13:20 can be written in 24-hour clock system as 1520 hours. So when we subtract 1 hour 30 minutes, this subtraction, I'll be talking of 20 minutes minus 30 minutes, which is impossible. So we carry 1 hour from 15. When we carry 1 hour, now 20 minutes will become 80 minutes. 80 minus 30 becomes 50. When this becomes 50, then we have 14 on the hour side. 14 minus 1 gives us 13. Therefore, 1350 hours is the time this had happened again. Remember, can be expressed in 12-hour clock system as 1:50 p.m. 1:50 p.m. So that is the time this had happened before. This had happened before. Okay. We have a number 6 here from statistics. Below, the data below represents shoe sizes of some for students in a certain school. 869, 7x, 10684. Those are the values. If the mean shoe size is 7, find the value of x and hence calculate the exact variance of the data. Exact variance of the data. So what we should work out here is the value of x first. Remember, mean will be the mean of 7 is given by when we take 8 plus 6 plus 9 plus 7 plus the non-x plus 10 plus 6 plus 8 plus 4. Then all these now divided by the number of students. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Divide by 9. Now this is supposed to give us 7. Therefore, when you cross multiply, you get 63 equals to all those other values plus x, which means the value of x can be obtained with a lot of ease. And this will give us exactly 5. Now, when we get the value of x is 5, now we can actually remember the mean score is already calculated. So in our process of calculating variance, we should know that we will go directly to the deviations. So what will be the deviations? Each value and how it deviates from the mean. So we can begin with 8 minus the mean of 7. That gives us 1. 6 minus mean should give us -1. 9 minus mean 2. 7 minus mean 0. X, which is 5, minus mean -2. Then there is a 10 minus mean giving us 3. 6 minus mean giving us -1. 8 minus mean giving us 1. 4 minus mean giving us -3. So those are the deviations from the mean, deviations of each value from the mean. And for us now to get what we call variance, remember variance is abbreviated S squared. Variance is usually given by summation of all deviations squared divided by the total number. The mean of all deviations squared. That's why we call it mean square deviation. So we need to square them now. 1 squared is 1. -1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. 0 squared is 0. -2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. This is 1, 1, and 9 again. Then we divide everything by 9. We divide everything by 9. This is going to give us 30/9. And this simplifies to 3 1/3. 3 1/3 is the exact variance. Let's go to the question. The word is exact variance. Exact variance. So according to these instructions, if a student gives 3.33 such a decimal, or 333, this is four significant numbers or four significant figures, a very good estimation, but they will get a wrong because it is not exact, it is a rounded off value. So I would encourage learners to follow instructions when told to calculate exact variance. Please give it in fractions. If not so, you can say 3.3, then you place this symbol here to mean 3 is recurring. That way, you will not have limited yourself. Let's look at number 7, before which I would like us to remember that Shifting Grades is still offering the best platform for learners during the holidays. You can register your brother, register your sister, register your children, sons and daughters, register your nieces and nephews, communicate also to classmates and students that you teach if you're a teacher. Let them know that we are offering the best platform. Let them know that through Google Meet, we can interact. These are lessons whereby students from the comfort of their home, they can consult, they can ask questions. I respond from my side and learning takes place. So let's embrace technology. Let's meet in Google Meet. Let students enroll for these powerful platforms. The holiday shall be better with Shifting Grades. So you are all invited for the lessons across all the forms. Thank you so much. We get back to number 7. The distance from a fixed point of a particle in motion at any time t seconds is given by s equals to t power 3 minus 5 over 2t squared plus 2t plus 5 meters. Find part A, its acceleration after t seconds. Acceleration is usually given by the differential of velocity, and velocity is a gradient function of displacement. This is to mean that acceleration is the second derivative of the displacement function. Or rather, for us to get velocity function, we need to differentiate distance with respect to time. And this is going to be when we differentiate this function, we shall have t power 3. We drop the t here and have t, we drop 3 and t becomes squared, minus 5 over 2 t power 2. Now we need to drop the 2 here. So that 2 multiplied by 5 over 2, the 2 cancels, and we will have 5. Then t becomes power 1 plus 2. This becomes 2 because t is already power 1 at this point. T is already power 1. So when we drop 1, 1 multiplies 2, and it remains 2. Then t becomes power 0, whose value is 1. Then the constant disappears. After this, we can go now for acceleration, whereby acceleration is the gradient function of velocity. Gradient function of velocity. So we differentiate again, and this is going to be 6t. T becomes power 1 minus 5. Acceleration in meters per second squared. So that is the acceleration. In part B, its velocity when acceleration is 0. So we can say that when acceleration is 0, when a equals to 0, what will be t? So 6t minus 5 becoming 0 means 6t equals to 5. So the value of t is equivalent to 5 out of 6. When acceleration is 0, the value of t is 5 out of 6, which means we can get velocity at that particular time. So velocity when acceleration is 0, velocity becomes, remember this is 3, we are now on the velocity function, time 5 out of 6 squared, then minus 5 into 5 out of 6, then plus 2. This is going to give us a value equivalent to negative 1 out of 12. meters per second squared. So that to be, we are finding velocity, sorry, meters per second, not second squared, meters per second. Thank you so much. I can see you are still joining. We are now at number 8. Yeah, the equation of line AB in the figure below is y equals to 3x plus 5, and A is a point 0A. So the coordinates of A are given as 0A. Line PQ is parallel to AB, and AP equals to 7 units. AP 7 units means from A to where P is found, there are 7 units. Going to the questions now, we are told to determine the value of A. The first thing, to determine the value of A. So the value of A is going to be extracted from the equation here. Remember, with the general equation of a straight line, then we have the coefficient of x as the gradient. So for this particular line AB, we have a gradient equivalent to 3, and we have the constant c at this point. C represents what we call the y-intercept. So the y-intercept for the line AB is equivalent to 5. Now, y-intercept being 5, this means that where A is, and that is at the y-intercept, the value of y is 5 at that point. So we can say that A is going to be 5. A being 5 means that from the origin, there are 5 units to A. But now we can continue, and I will not approach part B before I get the coordinates of P, whereby now that P is on the y-axis, it's lying on the y-axis, the value of x is 0, but now we have to know the value of P, whereby we will tell ourselves that from A to P there are 7 units. From A to where P is, there are 7 units. But again, from A to the origin, we have 5 units. Those being 5, and the total is 7, then it means there remains 2 more units. So that the displacement from A to P is 7 units. And from origin to A, there are 5. Then it means there are other 2 units from origin to P. And to have other 2 units, then we must find ourselves at -2. So the coordinate of P is 0, -2. With coordinates of P, remember what we want is the equation of PQ. So for us to get the equation of PQ, we need at least a coordinate on that line and also the gradient of the line. There is a relationship which has been provided by the examiner in the language up there. We are told that line PQ is parallel to AB. There are even the symbols to show that the 2 lines are parallel. Being parallel, the second gradient is also going to be 3, because gradients are equal for parallel lines. Gradients being equal, now it means that M here is 3. And so for PQ, we have the coordinate of P as 0, -2, and we have the gradient for this particular line as 3. So we have to let another coordinate be xy. Then on expressing our gradient, we shall find the equation of PQ. So I will say that a gradient of 3 is given by change in y minus -2, divide by change in x minus 0. Then now from this point, we can continue working out and say that we shall have 3 being equal to y plus 2 because of negative divided by x. And doing a cross multiplication at this level, we shall have y plus 2 because 3 is over 1. So after cross multiplication, I'm having y plus 2 being equivalent to 3x. And so to remain with y, we have to say that 3x minus 2. equals to y. So this is the equation the examiner wanted. Yeah, that is the equation. Now there is another question here, very significant question, whereby I would like all the students to understand this. In the figure below, AB is one side of an incomplete trapezium. ABCD, that is the name of the trapezium. Using a ruler and a pair of compasses only, complete the trapezium such that side AB is parallel to side DC, which is equivalent to 4.1 centimeters. Then we are told that D is supposed to divide AP in the ratio 3:1. D divides AP in the ratio 3:1. Measure angle ABC. Measure angle ABC. So what we're supposed to know is that the total proportions of AP according to the ratio are 4. So we're going to, remember I'm just demonstrating because I don't have geometrical tools conversant with the screen that I'm using. So into 4 portions, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then after these 4 proportions now on AP, then we're supposed to know that D is dividing it into 3:1. So point D is going to be at this point. With D there, with D at that point, and then we are given something else that AB is parallel to DC. DC is equivalent to a length of 4.1. So standing at D, you're supposed to make an arc here using 4.1. Then we have been given another instruction such that the 2 lines are parallel. Now, being parallel, you should know that the height from this point should also be the height from the other point. And so we are supposed to, first of all, ensure that standing at D, now we draw a line parallel to AB. Parallel to AB. And on this parallel line to AB, wherever we intersect the arc measuring 4.1 centimeters, then that will be our C. And now we can, with C, we can simply drop it to B. And we will have our trapezium in place. Yeah. Then you measure the angle ABC. ABC will be this particular angle. So when you sit down to construct the actual diagram, kindly find the measurement of that angle. Thank you so much. I can see people are really following, and this is good. Somebody's asking on angle properties of circles, and we shall measure that. Thank you so much, Johnston. That is Kijesh 1. This is an online platform also whereby he offers chemistry and physics. Kindly follow him, Kijesh 1, for physics and chemistry. I can see you, Kennedy Odiampo. Thank you so much for always being around, and everybody else. Thank you for helping me, Mwalimu. Thank you. I'm really grateful for the following. Let's continue learning together. Yeah, we are now in number 10 and we are still continuing. Yeah, in number 10. Solve the simultaneous inequalities. The first simultaneous inequality can be made simple by taking negative 2x to the left hand side, whereby negative 2 becomes positive. So x plus 2x, 3x less than 3, So x is less than 1 when you divide through by 3. Again, from the second one, we can multiply to do away with the fraction, or rather to do away with the denominator. So 3x, this is 1, 3x less than or equal to 2x plus 5. In this case, we can have x less than or equal to 5. That becomes the simplest again. Then now we are told S state the smallest integer which satisfies the inequality. Smallest integer, remember x is less than 1. X is less than 1. So if x is less than 1, then 1 does not satisfy. And that means that the least integer is going to be 0. Remember, if we had or equal to, 1 could have been. 1 could have been. So because it's strictly less than, then we begin from 0. 0 being an integer. 0 being an integer. Okay, in number 11, an arc subtends an angle of 0.6 radians at the center of a circle of radius 12 centimeters. Calculate the arc length of the circle. Calculate the arc length of the circle. What we're supposed to know is that from definition, let me even go to uniform circular motion in physics or even trigonometry 2 in mathematics. But generally, we're supposed to know that the definition of a radian is the angle subtended at the center of a circle by an arc length which is equal to the radius of the circle. By an arc length which is equal to the radius of the circle. Therefore, if it's by an arc length equal to the radius of the circle, then we will say that an angle measuring 1 radian would be subtended by an arc length equal to the radius of the circle. What about an angle 0.6 radians? This is going to be 12 by 0.6, giving us exactly 7.2 centimeters. So this is the arc length which subtends 0.6 radians. Now that an arc length equal to the radius will subtend 1 radian. 1 radian, yeah, that is it. There is number 12 here. Wekesa Masinde, Simiyu, Natembea starts a 4 by 100 meter relay at 9:03 a.m. Wekesa took 17.19 seconds. Masinde took 15.38 seconds. Simiyu took 16.50 seconds and Natembea took 15.43 seconds. Find the exact time of the day they completed the race. Some of these questions are based on time, and we are simply handling time taken to complete a given race. That means basically we shall be adding time. But when a student is not very keen, they find themselves missing these questions because they need a very high level of precision. A student must know what they are doing. Don't just get into the doing without first of all understanding what you are doing. And so now I will start by first of all adding all the time taken, which is in seconds. Time taken in seconds. So I am talking about the first athlete taking 17.19, the next one 15.38, the next one 16.50, and the last one 15.43. So we're supposed to add all of them now. 19 plus 38 plus 50 plus 43. Yeah, we must add that. And when you add that, you shall get a 19 plus 38 gives us a 57. 57 plus 50 gives us 103. plus 43, that gives us 150. So on the centiseconds part, we are having 150 centiseconds. Remember, we need 100 of them to make a second. Therefore, we will have made a second and 50 extra centiseconds. So we are carrying a whole second. We are carrying a whole second plus now the other complete seconds. So when you add all of them and they go beyond 100, because they are centiseconds, 100 of them are required to make a complete second. So we have a whole second and 50 extra centiseconds. So we are carrying now centiseconds. So 1 plus 17 plus 15 plus 16 plus 15 again. That gives us exactly 64. So 64 seconds and 50 centiseconds. Now, in the 64 seconds again, something that you're supposed to know is that we only need 60 seconds to make a minute. Therefore, in the 64 seconds, we have already made a minute and 4 extra seconds. So 4 extra seconds will remain there, and we write our minutes now here. So we have a minute, 04 seconds, and 50 centiseconds. Now we shall add this to the time the race started. So 9.03, we are adding 0 hours, 1 minute, 04 centiseconds, 04 seconds and 50 centiseconds. Therefore, this is going to give us 904 50 a.m. So this will be the time the race is going to end. This is the time they shall complete the race the same day. So that is the time they completed the race. Number 13 is on vectors, actually vector 1, that is form 2 work. As we continue learning vectors, allow me remind those who are joining now that we have the best platform here to occupy your students over the holiday. Register your brother, register your sister, register your children, your sons and daughters for this powerful platform whereby we shall engage them on Google Meet. On Google Meet, people will be able to ask and answer questions from the comfort of their home. Students in Form 1 will be able to revise Form 1 work and get an introduction of Form 2. Students in Form 2 will be able to have an introduction to Book 3 work, and also they shall revise Form 1 and 2 work. Students in Form 3 will enjoy an introduction in Form 3 work, and they shall also, students in Form 3 will have an introduction to Book 4 work. They will revise Book 3, they shall revise Book 2 work, they shall also revise Book 1 work. So kindly, the timetable is here. You can contact us through 07 04 15 33 66. So this is the number that is going to help you access the program. Kindly reach out and support our programs. Your students are going to really benefit. Number 13, find the magnitude of AM, vector AM to 2 decimal places, given that vector OA equals to 312, vector OB equals to 5K, and vector OM is equal to 4 to K, and M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB. M is the midpoint of AB. So we should know, first of all, there is how midpoints are gotten. For example, for us to get midpoint M, we need to get the first x plus the second x out of 2, then the first y plus the second y out of 2. And this means the coordinates of OM are the coordinates of the midpoint, and hence we will be taking the midpoint of AB. So we'll be taking 3 plus 5 divided by 2 to give us 4. 3 plus 5 divided by 2 to give us 4. You see that one is already agreed. It's already placed there. Then now on the y component now, we shall apply the same to confirm our value for k. So 12 plus k divided by 2 should give us 2k, the coordinate that we have here for m. And by cross multiplying by 2, we shall have 12 plus k being equal to 4k. So that we will talk of 12 being equal to 3k, so that the value of k equals to 4. So the midpoint itself, m, is coordinate 4, 4. Yeah. Coordinate checking whether I've done the correct multiplication there. Yeah, we are getting k as 4, but now the coordinates of m, the coordinates of m are 2k. So 2 multiplied by the value of k now, this becomes 8. Yeah, exactly. So it will be 4, 8. Thank you for that. Yeah, 4, 8. Now, with this, we can know that vector OM now, which is the position vector of M, is going to be 4, 8. That is the position vector of M. All right. At this point again, we should know that we are finding the midpoint of, we are finding the magnitude of AM. So let's get vector AM first. We need M minus A positions. So we need 4, 8 minus A, which is a 3, 12. This is giving us a 1 and negative 4. Now, this is the vector whose magnitude is being calculated. To calculate the magnitude, now we need 1 squared plus negative 4 squared. Then we obtain the square root. And this is going to give us, remember we've been told to 2 decimal places. So it's going to give us 4.12 units. 4.12 units. So that is the magnitude of vector AM. Yeah, the magnitude of vector AM. Number 14, express as a single fraction in its simplest form. 4x minus 5 divided by 2, then minus 2x minus 1 divided by 6 as a single fraction. Let's do that one first. We need the LCM, which is 6. 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. So 3 will multiply now 4x and minus 5. Negative 6 by 6, we will get 1. So 1 will be multiplying 2x minus 1. So when we open brackets, this shall be 12x minus 15. Then there is minus 2x, but this now becomes positive 1. Yeah, that becomes positive 1. And this means now everything is under 6. So that we may talk of 12x minus 2x when grouping like terms together, 10x. The negative 15 plus 1 becomes negative 14. Everything over 6. This might not be the simplest fraction, so we have to make it simplest, whereby from the numerator, you can see 2 can be factored out, and this will be 5x minus 7, yeah, divided by 2 can also be factored to give us 3. So by 2, 1 by 2, 1. This is going to be 5x minus 7 out of 3. So that is the simplest form, according to me. Yeah, it's actually the simplest form. It's actually the simplest form. Then we are told hence solve for x in this one. So because the left hand side has already been fully simplified, we can now just equate it directly. The simplified form of the left hand side can directly be equated to 11. And now because 11 is over 1, now we cross multiply. 33 equals to 5x minus 7. And this will be 40 equals to 5x. So the value of x can now simplify to 8. The value of x simplifies to 8. So that is it. That's how we get the value of x. Yeah, that's how we do it. Number 15 is a simple question. We are told that the number 12, then 1, 2, 12.12 recurring contains an integral part and a recurring decimal part. Convert the number into a simplified improper fraction and ends into a mixed number. This is a concept in Form 1 whereby we change recurring decimals into fractions. It's good for you to remember that our consultation line is 0704 15 33 66. That is our consultation line. I'm also going to give out our program here for the holiday. This is what students are going to enroll to. Kindly support us by enrolling your students, your children. Invite them to our Google classes, whereby in these Google classes, people are going to interact students versus students. We shall also have students versus teacher, whereby they can ask and answer questions from the comfort of their homes. So make sure you take part. Don't be left out. There will be very interactive sections and students are going to learn a lot. So thank you so much. The program will be learning for exactly 1 month, from Monday 11th November to Wednesday 11th Dec 2024. So make sure you enroll your children for the program. I must also remind you of the most convenient way of acquiring airtime from your M-Pesa to any network. Just go to M-Pesa Pay Bill, use the pay bill 737356 as displayed. Then the account number is going to be the phone number that you'd like to purchase airtime for. Then you proceed by entering the amount you'd like to spend. Then you complete your transaction. You receive the airtime instantly. So that is how you'll be reaching out to us. Number 15, now we have to convert this to a fraction, mixed, improper fraction, then a mixed number. Then we finish. Okay. We can let R to be 12.1212 continuous or recurring. That means 10R is going to be 112.1, then 2121. According to this, we can see the decimal part cannot subtract to give us exactly 0. So we proceed to 100R. This is going to be 12.1212. When we see 1 and 3, you can see that when we subtract, the decimal part is going to give us 0, 0. And so we will talk of 100 minus R, 100 minus R, which is going to be 99R. This is equal to, we have 12 minus 12, and this is going to give us 1200. So to get R, which is the fraction now, we divide 1200 by 99. This is going to give us our improper fraction, which is supposed to be simplified first. That is the instruction. We first of all simplify our improper fraction by dividing by 3 to give us 400 out of 99 by 3 to give us a 33. Then now with this, we can make it a mixed number, whereby it will be 12 and 4 over 33. Then the last question, number 16. Find by calculation the sum of the interior angles of the figure below. The figure below is a regular polygon with a given number of sides, but the figure has just been drawn for us. So that means it's our assignment now to calculate, to determine the number of sides, whereby we will tally them. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. A very unique setting. We have 16 sides, which means that we should know that the sum of interior angles is given by 180 multiplied by n minus 2, where n is the number of sides. So 180 multiplied by 16 minus 2, this will be 180 multiplied by 14, giving us exactly 2520 degrees. So that will be the sum of the interior angles for this particular polygon. Remember to support our online program by registering through 0704 15 33 66 0704 15 33 66. So that is the number through which you will reach out to us. Thank you so much. Have a good night.